Hello and welcome back to the CompTIA SecurityX CAS-005 course. In this session, we'll dive into an important subtopic, 1.2.5, Confidentiality Risk Considerations. This covers 5 essential areas: data leak response, sensitive or privileged data breach, incident response testing, reporting, and encryption. These are key pillars in protecting sensitive data within an organization, especially when you're responsible for high-level security and risk management. Let's begin with the first one, data leak response. A data leak occurs when sensitive data is exposed to unauthorized people, but not necessarily through a malicious attack. It could be an internal mistake, like sending a confidential spreadsheet to the wrong person. Or it might be a misconfigured cloud storage bucket that's open to the public. When this happens, speed and clarity are crucial. The steps generally include detection. Did an internal alert or an employee notice it? Containment. Quickly limit the exposure. This could mean disabling links, revoking access, or shutting down a compromised server. Eradication. Remove any copies or routes of access that cause a leak. Recovery. Restore data from backups if needed and return systems to normal. Post-incident review. Learn from the mistake, update training, or change permissions. Let's say your marketing team uploads a customer database to an unsecured SharePoint link, and it's indexed by search engines. Once detected, IT immediately disables the link, notifies management, and starts an investigation. That's a real-world example of a data leak response in action. Now, let's step up the severity. A sensitive or privileged data breach is when an external party, usually a cybercriminal, gains unauthorized access to critical or regulated data. This could be health records, protected under HIPAA, financial information like credit card numbers, user credentials, or admin-level access. Think of a situation where a hacker uses phishing to access a senior executive's email and download sensitive merger documents. That's a breach of privileged information. Responding to this involves activating your incident response plan, which should already be documented. The response might include isolating affected systems to prevent spread, conducting digital forensics to understand how the attacker got in, resetting passwords or API keys, notifying affected parties and legal authorities. The next item is often overlooked but incredibly important: incident response testing. It's not enough to have a response plan. You need to test it regularly. This means running tabletop exercises, where teams role-play a breach in a meeting, simulation drills, where an actual response is tested under pressure, red team exercises, where ethical hackers mimic real attackers. For example, your red team might simulate ransomware infecting internal systems. The blue team, your defenders, has to detect and contain the attack in real time. Afterward, everyone reviews what went right and what failed. These tests improve muscle memory, ensure communication flows properly, and show whether tools like SIEM and backup systems are ready when you need them most. Let's move to the fourth point, reporting. During or after an incident, communication is critical. Reporting isn't just about logging what happened. It's about sharing the right information with internal stakeholders like executives and legal teams, regulators, if the data type or jurisdiction requires it, customers or users, especially when their data has been exposed. For instance, under GDPR or California CCPA, if personal data is breached, you may have as little as 72 hours to report it to the Data Protection Authority. Failure to report can result in heavy fines. Good reporting includes the scope of the breach, affected data types, root cause, and the response steps taken. It should also explain how the organization will prevent similar events in the future. Finally, let's talk about encryption, which is your frontline defense for protecting confidentiality. Encryption at rest means securing data when it's stored in databases, files, or disks. Encryption in transit protects data as it travels over networks, like during emails or web sessions. Let's say a company laptop is stolen from an airport. If the hard drive is fully encrypted, the thief can't access any useful data without the decryption key. Similarly, when you send payment data from a customer's browser to your payment processor, TLS encryption ensures that the information isn't readable by anyone intercepting the traffic. Tools like BitLocker, FileVault, VPNs, HTTPS, and encrypted cloud storage are all essential. And don't forget key management. Without secure control of the encryption keys, encryption becomes meaningless. So to wrap it all up, data leaks and data breaches must be quickly identified and contained. Testing your response plans is just as important as writing them. Reporting ensures transparency, accountability, and legal compliance. And encryption is a powerful way to protect sensitive information from being misused. Understanding these confidentiality risk considerations is not just about passing the CAS-005 exam. It's about being ready to defend your organization in the real world. That's all for this session. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you found this helpful. And stay tuned for the next video in our SecurityX CAS-005 series.